I don't know why it keeps turning off. I hope you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. Oh, something's... When you get a new phone, I've touched something up here. Oh, I've got this on something. Sorry about my hand for a minute, guys. Hopefully that's all right. Now let's see if we've got the volume. Okay. Okay, hopefully everyone can see me and hear me. Oh my God, don't you love technology? It's so much fun. Sometimes it can be so much frustration, but that's okay. Oh my God. I'll just give everyone a few minutes to come on while I just have got such a mess down here. You really don't want to see on my desk at the moment. It's really, really messy. Hi everyone, my name's Teresa Brown and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been for 19 years, moving into my 20th on the 23rd of August this year. So it's lovely because at the moment Stampin' Up's celebrating their 20th year. Oh my God, I can't believe that I've been in this business 20 years. Well, I don't even feel like it's a business. It's what I love doing. I love to share and create, and that's what I've been doing, just sharing and creating. Hi Tanya, how are you? I'm just wobbling away here while I'm waiting for people to come on. So, how's your day been? What have you been up to? We've got about 6 minutes left of chat time. So, you done anything exciting today? I did a nice scrapbook page this morning, which I'm really happy with. So I'm very excited about that. And this afternoon, been busy. Been busy just organising stuff, getting all the prizes organised. Not all the stuff's coming yet, so I've got to wait. But that's okay. Hopefully it'll all be coming tomorrow and then I'll be able to hand it out, won't I? That's okay. So what have you been up to? You having tea tonight? Can you hear me? Oh, long story. Okay, we won't get into it now then. We don't have a long time. Oh, obviously you can hear me all right. Excuse me, still got that terrible tickle in the throat and it is really, really annoying me. And I'm going to be really rude and suck on a butter menthol. Hi Sandra, how are you? Good to see you. And I'm going to have a quick sip of my water and hopefully I don't cough all the way through. So Sandra, what have you been up to today? Yeah, I thought you might be just eating tea. Tan, I thought you were. It seems to be your time, which is good. So that's good. We're going to be working on vellum tonight. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. I think different to what everyone's seen, hopefully, or what I've done before. So that'll be nice. So if you come on and this is your first time on here, say hello, say where you're from. I can't believe we're in May and I don't know, it feels like we are halfway through May. Tomorrow we're halfway through. And I tell you what, I don't even know where the first half gone, no matter the last half. Does anyone else feel that way at the moment? Because it's really at the moment, it can be very, I don't know, the months just seem to go faster and faster and faster. Does anyone else feel that? Tell me in the comments, do you feel like the months go fast or is it just me? I might be getting old. My mum used to say to me, when you get older, the months go really fast. And you can hear me, thanks Tan. That's good. Because I put it on and the microphone was going on, off. And I didn't know if it was either on or off, but it must be on. So I'm just going to have a good look to see what on is. Let's try to see how I can turn this around, if I can turn things around on this one. Not tonight though. I don't want to wipe us completely out. So I've been having a little play on my new phone with some images and graphics and photos, and I look pretty good in all my new clothes. Oh, I haven't even bought any. It's amazing what you can do with the internet, isn't it? Well, I think we'll get started because we've got a lot to do. And I'm going to come down. We're just a few minutes early, but I'm going to come down because I can talk while I'm embossing. I'm going to be doing a little bit of embossing. So I need to look what I'm doing. So I sort of have stamped out that one. I haven't stamped out that one yet. I'm just getting these out ready to stamp. Okay, I'm just using my black Memento ink. And I'm just going to stamp up these because they take a few minutes to dry. I've just got to work out which way I want these. Yep, around that way. So I'm just going to line this up. And take it off. Nope, didn't want to smudge it, and I did. You've got to be very careful with vellum, don't you? It can mark very, very easily. Yep, so we want that way, that way. And I'm not going to, don't think I'm going to, okay, that's better. I don't think I'm going to actually worry about doing the leaves at the moment because they're little, and I think I'll just emboss them. Okay. So we're just going to put them aside to dry while we're doing some other things. So let's put them over here. Okay, don't smudge everything, Teresa. I did smudge that one, but we might not need that one. Who knows? So when you're using vellum, you can use your tools. You can use your pick tool. It's got two stylish on it, so a big one and a smaller one, or a medium one and a small one. And these are some little flowers that I'm not punched out, die cutted. So I'm just going to do these like circles here to start off with. I'm just going to do a circle in the middle and a circle in each of these little petals here to make it look like a little flower. And you can do a big or small or whatever you want. We've got so much to go through tonight, and I should have got more prep today, but I didn't. That's okay. Come around and do these. Did anyone see my scrapbook page that I did today? It was really lovely. Okay. Don't forget to say hello if you come on. I can't look up tonight. I think I'm going to have to move my camera again. Sorry, guys. Is that better? I think it dropped down. Okay. Because we want to see what we're doing. So I'm sort of just doing, I might put it there for the moment. We're just sort of doing a dot in the circle, a circle, and then circles around this one. Now this little one comes out of which stamp set does it come out of? I think it comes out of this one. I think it comes out of a lovely arrangement. So I think that's the one it comes out of. So I'm just going to do a couple really quick. When you're working vellum, be careful. You can always rub your tool on your mat if it's not sliding around properly, because sometimes it picks up stuff and then it stops sliding. So you want to make sure it's always clean, your stylish tool, so you can always rub it there. Years ago we used to use a wax, You can use a candle if you want to make it glide a little bit better. There's all different things you can do. I'll just do this one. Okay. Now, if you want to make it stand up, you can come back in and make that go down in the middle and make the rest pop up. And we'll put this one in the middle. So I've got two of them. I'll do them as we go. This one I was going to do, but it's actually got slits in it, so it's really, really hard to emboss because it's actually got little pieces that are cut out of it. So I didn't think that was a really good option to do, so we're going to go with this one. And we're going to just come in and do some nice bit in the center here. I'm going to show you how to do some background in a minute. And I just want to do this really quick tonight because I want to show you so much. I want to share so much with you tonight. Oh, should have been on earlier. I want to show you another way of using your embossing folders, which is really good. You can just run your embossing folders through with vellum, but sometimes you've got to be a bit careful because vellum will crack and split. So you do have to be a little bit mindful how you do it. But there is a little trick to it, which I will give you that little gold nugget in a minute if I remember. Okay. Isn't it beautiful how the vellum just stretches out and turns white? And you can do any colour that you want to by just applying the colour on it. I wasn't sure if I really wanted to ink these up tonight, but that's okay. We've done it. I would probably spend a lot more time doing my flowers and that. Okay. I'd make sure that they are embossed properly. But I didn't have time today to come and emboss anything. So you can sort of see that how it's nice and white. I'm just leaving one that's not. So you can sort of see when you emboss it, it comes really beautiful and white. But over here, this is the one I haven't done. So you can sort of see it's still transparent. Okay, so let's come down here. I hope everyone had a really good day. Tell me in the comments while I'm doing this, what you did today that was important to you. Like, did you make a card for someone's birthday? Did you go shopping for someone? Did you help someone? Just so that we can fill in a little bit of time here. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that for the moment. So that's how we do these. I'm going to put these ones over there so they don't get dirty. Okay, so I used this nice new embossing folder. Who loves this embossing folder? It's the Floral Spray 3D embossing folder. It's this one here. Now I want to show you some techniques, and I did techniques with this, and I'll probably show you how I did it in a minute. I've got some here. So where'd that white paper go? I've got a piece of white paper here that's already marked because I already had it marked. So you can sort of see, using the embossing folder, you can get different techniques when you apply ink to it. Now, I also did this with alcohol spray as well. So just to make it dry a lot quicker. Okay, so that's our first one. And then I did this one as well. Now this was all one application of inks, but I'll show you how to do this. Okay, it does look absolutely gorgeous. And it's good for backgrounds, like when you're doing your flowers and things like this, that you want to bring these little flowers in. You can colour them. You sort of got some leaves happening there, which you can put your leaves onto as well. So we're going to, if we get time, make a card, but we might not get time tonight. We'll see. We'll see how we go. Okay, so this is another one. I started off with some yellows and that, and then I went through and added a little bit of red, so you can sort of see we're changing the colour as we go through. We started off lighter, and then we come through, but these make really good backgrounds. Okay, they really do make a good background. When you're doing vellum, you want a really beautiful background as well. Now, this was the last one, because you can sort of see there's not much ink on this one, but it's come out beautiful too, and it's very mottly, but it's very lovely for using as a background. Okay, so interesting. Then this was my palette. This was my vellum palette, and you use a vellum palette, and then I ran this through the embossing folder through the swirls, because you don't want to waste your palette. So that's got some nice, and that will make a nice background too. When you use alcohol, it sort of makes the vellum a little bit more ply, so it doesn't crack as much. Okay? I'm not saying it won't, but it doesn't crack as much. Oh, and there's another one that we added through. You can sort of see this one was probably the yellow going into the red here, because we've got yellow around here, and then we've got the red around here. Or actually it's melon mambo, but it doesn't look like melon mambo when it's mixed in with the daffodil delight. Two very different looking colours. This one I tried with the plaid, getting a crisscross, but sort of didn't work as well, but it would still work well for a background. Okay, so it still works well for a background. So they were the ones that I did a bit earlier. Now we're going to go different colours this time. So we want the Stampin' Up to be on my left-hand side. We want the Stampin' Up to be on the left hand, and we want one piece of vellum to go down on our table, and okay, that's fine. Down on our table. If it starts to curl up when you put it down, I don't know if you saw that when I put it down. When I put it down, it started to curl up off the table. That means that's the back. If you put it down, it stays nice and flat. Well, this is the front. Okay. So we're going to leave that there. And I'm going to add some blue. I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to start off with some blue this time. Now, you can use your icicle spray. This is a really good one. You can get this from, I'm trying to think, Bunnings I think we got this one from. Or you can get this one from the supermarket. And once this is empty, you can just keep filling it up with a cheap one. You don't have to buy a dear one all the time. Okay, which way? That way. So I'm going to spray with the alcohol. And I'm going to really shake my pool party. Add a few little drops here and there, not too many. And then I'm going to come in with, got Misty Moonlight. I've also got our new in colour, Hydrangea. Ooh. Hydrangea here, so we might add a little bit of that too. I wonder what that will look like. Okay, we'll just add a little bit of that. Then we're going to do a little bit more of a spray. we're going to hold that up and let that walk around the paper to start off with. So you can sort of see it's working really slow. I haven't got a lot of alcohol on there at the moment, but I don't want a lot on there at the moment. I would just want to swirl it around because I want to add some more colours. Okay, a little bit more alcohol because we want it dries really, really quick. So you want to get it so it's moving around the paper. Okay, that's not too bad. It's got two nice colours in there. So we're going to start off with just that to start off with. Okay, so that's our palette. Where's our embossing folder gone? We're going to keep adding ink to the palette. We're going to put the Stampin' Up side to my left-hand side, this side. And I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to move it around on here to start off with. Okay, so that's our palette, so we'll keep that. Now I've got another piece over here that I'm going to place straight on top here. Can you see how that is now? You're going to need to hold it on there for a few minutes. It's sort of going into that vellum now. And you can sort of, you can use your brayer. You can rub your brayer on it if you want to. I sometimes like using my fingers because I feel like I can push the ink further with my fingers sometimes, but your brayer is good. So I'm just going to come over here. Ooh. And I'm just going to push that ink out to the edge. So this one's going to be a bit wet because it's our first one. You can sort of see it is wet and we're going to have the image on there, but it's wet. So we can dry that off in a minute with the heat tool, but we're going to come in with another colour. So we're going to add a bit of Misty Moonlight. This one's all going to be sort of blues, I think, and blues and greens. Blues, I think. Okay. When you're using, I've got my exhaust fan on in my bathroom just over there. When you're using alcohol spray, you want to have your door open or exhaust fan on or somewhere that you're not going to inhale it all or wear a mask. Okay, so we're going to use this as our palette. Okay. Then we're going to grab our next one. Have all your pieces cut in half to start off with. Okay, because it's much easier to work when you've got it all. But you've got to work pretty fast when you're doing this, because alcohol dries pretty fast at times. Sometimes not fast enough when you want to use it. So this is really good. Who's done this with the alcohol and on their vellum before? Who's done this technique? I mean, there's a lot of different techniques with vellum that you can do. But this makes fantastic backgrounds. It really does, because you really do want great backgrounds. And this gives it a nice background without being, if you want to add a little bit more down that end, you can just add a little bit more if you want to fill the whole page. It's okay, you can just add a little bit there. Okay, it just gives a little bit of a different look. Okay, we'll put that one there. Now, will we add a tinge of, what colour have we got here? We've done that one. We've done Misty Moonlight. Okay, so we've got Blueberry Bushels. This is a bit of a different colour again. Okay, so I can see on my palette that where the alcohol is still quite wet. Okay, and we might just add a tiny tingy bit of melon mambo in here. But before I do that, I'm just going to move this out of the way so I can show you what I'm doing. Before I do that, I just want to spray this a little bit and make it wet. Now you can spray and leave it like that and let it dry, and it will dry all mottily like that. We've got the big pieces there that I haven't turned up yet, so we can add a little bit of red, a little bit of red. Oh God, that was too much, I think. A little bit of red. You only need the tiniest little drop of your refills. You really do. You only need a tiny little bit. But you want some darker bits and you want some lighter bits, so you don't want it to spread all too much. But you can sort of see that it's all running around now. You can turn it any way. You can sort of see how it's running down the page. You can get all different patterns for backgrounds that you want. Okay, but we're going to put it on here because it'll change once I put it down here. So into here. Now I'm going to press down on here and get it onto my embossing folder. And then I'm going to come through with my clean one and pick that ink up. Okay, beautiful. Like I said, they make really good, really good backgrounds, especially when you're using vellum, because it's hard to know sometimes what to put on vellum. Like when you're doing the vellum, it's hard to know what to put underneath it. So yeah, this is a really good way of doing it. I'm watching that time. I can see that the time just goes too fast for me. Okay. So just work it around. It is, if you've got more time, it is a little bit better. Now I'll just show you with this one. I'm going to use the heat tool on this one. Oh. You can bring in some embossing, sprinkle in some gold embossing on it as well if you want a tinge of gold coming through it, or leafing. Okay, now you've got to be mindful too. I'm just going to put a piece of white cardstock in here. I'm sure I've got half a piece of white cardstock over here somewhere, because I don't want to waste that. I don't want to waste it. And I'm going to do it on, just show you what it's like when we do it on cardstock now. I'm just going to put some on there. This is going to be a good palette because it's going to make our butterflies in a minute. So you can put your cardstock on there now. You can close it if you want to. You can even run it now that it's not really wet, like it's not going to pour out the sides, but you could run that through your embossing folder, embossing machine. But just remember to be careful, because if it's got wet ink, it could come out and really wreck that. So you can sort of see on this side what's happening here on the paper. The paper sort of soaks it up differently to the vellum, so it's just going to soak it up. Okay. So I'm going to run that quickly through the embossing, just to show you. It will emboss it on here quickly. Just take that away and bring this up. Sorry, I haven't got it right there in front of me tonight. More one again. keep forgetting this one's through. Okay. What am I doing? Don't want to go that way either. Sorry guys, we'll be with you in just 1 minute. I'll just my hand up. Oh, okay. So you can sort of see you get a completely different technique on the vellum to the cardstock. That's why I wanted to show you. This is embossed, but you'll get a completely different technique to the vellum. And I haven't embossed vellum. Okay, so it's still a bit wet. So how do I dry that off? Let me show you that now. The best way is to get a tissue or a piece of paper towel, fold it up, and don't rub, just pat. Okay, because if you rub, you're going to smudge it. You don't want to smudge it, you just want to dry it off a bit. Okay, so you can bring it over because you can still use the colour on there. It's okay to do that, but you get this gorgeous background. Okay, so that's good. So that one's, you can sort of see it's still a little bit on the wet side there. Just turn it over. And just make sure that it's dry before you start working on it. Okay? Or you can just keep it even just like that, like that. So that's your front. That's your back. Okay, that's your front. Hi, Caroline Matthews. How are you? I just saw your name pop up. It's funny when you just see your name pop up. Okay, so I'm just going to put those ones over there for a minute and just dry this one off a little bit. So just turn your tissue in and make sure that they're all dried off a little bit. Okay, I might use, oh, which one will I use? I don't know. This one that's dry probably. Okay, just pat them all off. You can wear gloves when you're doing this. Okay, now with this one here, you can run this through the embossing folder or you can just dab it. But we don't want to throw this away because we can use this for punching out our images that we want to punch out as well, like our butterflies or things like that. You don't want to waste it. Okay, just make sure it is dry though because, you know, it's too hard to do it if it's wet. So we're going to just pat it off as much as we can. And I don't even mind rubbing this palette one for the simple reason is that we're going to be using our butterflies on it. Okay, so we're just going to leave that one there for the moment. Let that dry off a little bit. Okay, so we're going to come back to doing our flowers. So we're going to come back to doing our flowers because we're going to add these on to one of these. I'm really sorry I didn't get it done today. I don't know where the time went today. Just disappeared from me. Like I said, if your tool gets a bit stiff, just rub it onto your mat. Okay. Now, a lot of people say to me they haven't got a mat. When I first started vellum classes, I started with a knitting needle because didn't have the tools. That's how long ago it was, a long time ago. And we used the mouse pad. So this is similar to a mouse pad because it's a coaster. So, you know, you can emboss into it. The thing I like about this is it's a little bit firmer. So all those beautiful ladies that I send gifts to over in America or Canada, England, Mexico, you've all got these because I send them over for gifts. Why? Because they're Australian. I'll show you. See? Australia. And on the back, you can use it for your coaster, but you can use it for your embossing as well. Okay, so let's grab one more big one. Now, if you wanted to colour these, you still can colour these if you want to. It's entirely up to you if you want to colour. Okay, so just went the wrong side there. Just looking at it thinking the ink's on that side. Lucky it wasn't an ink that was going to change colour. I want to do this pretty fast for you. I would usually spend a lot more time on my flowers. Okay, so do take the time to spend on your embossing, because it will make a better card for you if you do. It's just that we want to, okay, we want to make a card and the time's getting away. But I'm going to do a quick one. How's that? A quick one, because I just want to show you a couple of things. Show you a couple more things. Okay. When you haven't done parchment craft for quite some time, it's amazing how your hand aches, especially when you only got 2 fingers that work on this hand. It's amazing how it just, oh my God. But I love it. I was showing the girls some of my cards, my albums the other day. I've got some beautiful albums full of all the cards that I used to teach, which was a lot of cards. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that for the minute. We're just going to do a leaf. So I'm just going to do, ooh, that was a bit sharp. Just going to add a little bit of texture to the leaf, but I'm going to add a little bit of maybe some green to it too. Who knows? How are we going for time? Oh, I don't know. Might be getting away from us, I think. Do you think I can work faster? Okay, let's just get these leaves curling. I'd probably spend a lot more time, like I said, because you really want to make them really pretty. But this will still look good because we're still going to do amazing. Okay, we've got one flower here that's embossed up. Okay, we're going to come in with a background. So I think I might go with one that's already dry. So I think I'll go with this one, because this one, no, I might come in with this lighter one here. I'm going to cut this one in half so I can use it. I'm going to cut this to the size that I want. Paper trimmer has to be up the other end of the table, doesn't it? Why? Because I was working up there. Okay. Who got their paper pumpkin today? Oh, my paper pumpkin came in today. Who got theirs? Did your paper pumpkin come in? Tell me in the comments. Yes. I know, exciting. Okay, so I'm going to make this 13.5. Okay, 13.5, and I'm going, oh, lucky I didn't break the glass mat. And I'm going to make this 9.5. So you can sort of see I'm going to cut through that big flower, but that's okay because I'm going to use this as my background. Okay, and now I'm going to pop it on. We might go with the peach background. Let me see what that looks like. What colour is that one? This one. This is the cantaloupe. See, it doesn't show up really well. Oh, it shows up a little bit more there. Let me show you when we put white underneath it, because you really need to sometimes put 3 or 4 different colours underneath it. This is the pink, and you might be surprised that the pink might be the one that brings out the colour. Okay, so can you see how the pink's brought out the colour a little bit more? This is the new pink, so we might go with that. need to work out what colour. So this is 10.5. We're going to score it at 14.5. I'm going to fold it. I must have had a blunt blade when I cut this paper because it's got a really edge that's not really kind. So what do you do when you've got an edge that's frayed like that? Does anyone know what you do? Oh, if I can find it. I'll take a photo of my table in a minute. You'll go, oh my God, how do you find anything, Teresa? An emery board is the best thing. Just bring the emery board in. If it's really flat, oh, I don't know, it must have been really blunt. And just go along your cardstock like this, and it will make it all brand new again. Okay, that's a really, really good gold nugget. Okay, great gold nugget. Now, how do you put the glue on so you don't see through it? We're going to get that silicone craft sheet. I'm laughing at myself because it's here. I had so much stuff on here and I'm thinking, I need 2 tables. I need one right alongside of me. So silicone craft sheet. Then we need paper towel. Oh, I've got paper towel here, so let's use some of this. Make sure you get a clean piece. Okay, we've got a nice clean piece. We need our liquid glue. Now, I don't like sticking it straight onto here, even though that colour is the best colour. I'm going to cut another piece of that colour, the same size as my vellum. Okay, so we're going to come into, this is the new one. This is the barley brush. This is the new colour barley brush. It's really pretty. Actually, I haven't used this one as much as my green. So our vellum is 13.5, so we want to cut it at 13.5. And we want to cut it at 9.5 because we want it exactly the same. We're going to go over, guys. I'm so sorry. Can't do anything about it. I hope you haven't got anything important to go to. Definitely got a blunt blade. Done a lot more cutting out than what I realised today, I think. Emery boards are good. And look, some of you, all my beautiful people overseas, you might have even an emery board that came to you as well as a gift. I try to give you stuff that I know we can use, but it's not Stampin' Up. Okay, so here we go. Glue. And we're going to dab our paper towel in here. Now we're going to apply the glue to here, not to our vellum. Okay, we want to add it to our paper. And we want to dab it on all over our card. Especially right to the edge if you can. I've got another silicone mat that I usually work on. Oh, here it is. I can see it now. Because that way you don't get it all over your glass mat. I have about 8 of them, but you can never find them when you want them. Who has a lot of silicone mats? I do. I love them. I use them for everything, but they're great for glue because that glue will just wash off. It will just peel off the silicone mat. Okay, there's no problems with that. Okay, let's just hope that we've got this all stuck on there. Now give it a couple of minutes. Now another little tip for you too is that if you let that air dry on a piece of thinner paper, it'll become a sticky note. Is this the one we're going to go with? Where's the one that I was going to go with? Oh, where did I put it? Here it is. Where did I put it? Yeah. So we're not going to emboss any of this tonight because I just haven't got time to, but I'm going to line it up to the pink, and I'm just going to place it straight on there like this. How gorgeous does that look for a background? Can you see all the little flowers and the leaves and everything in there? How gorgeous is that? Hi, Jane. How are you? Hi, Joan. How are you? There's so many people jumping on tonight. I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got our flowers here, and we can actually colour these up if we want to. So we got our blends. Oh, my God. So I've got the peach pie, and I'm just going to lightly shade over these, okay, just lightly shade over them. Not too much, but just a little bit, just to give them a little bit of colour, because I wanted that white effect, but I can just come in from the centre a little bit. Okay, so we can leave some white on there. And then we're going to get a dimension, and we're going to pop that right in the middle there, under that black, and we're going to have a look where our leaves are, and we can use that for our image to come into. So we're going to put a leaf in there, flower in there. So we've got our leaves there, so we've got leaves sort of pattern there, so you can bring this in here. So with this one, we're still going to use a dimension, and I've used the big one because I'm going to tuck it under the flower so you don't see it, because the one thing with vellum is you've got to hide everything. Okay, so now we've got these little ones here as well, so I'm going to come in with them. I'm going to put the dimension on the back of that. I'm just wondering whether I should have used a little one. Let me have a look. Oh no, that's all right. I can bring these little ones in here, but then I can bring in some colour over them as well if I want to. And you can bring in different colours if you want to. And you can bring in some green over your leaves. Where's my green? Is that a green? No, that's a pool party. Here's a green. So if you want to add some green, you can add a little bit of green onto your leaves as well. It'll only be soft, okay, because of alcohol. And if you wanted it darker, you would have to come in with a couple of coats. You'd have to let it dry, a couple of coats. Okay, so we're going to add a couple of these little flowers. This is a very quick card. Very, very quickie tonight. But there was a lot of techniques showing you there tonight. Okay, get the back off there. And we can put these around. Might just bring it. I don't know. Haven't quite worked out where I want to go with it. And I really wanted a few more flowers, but this is going to have to do tonight. We're going to have to come in with another big one, I think. Yeah, okay. We'll come in with another big one. Come in with another big one. Before you take the back off, if you want to do a light colour over it, you can. You don't have to go right to the edge. Just a little bit around, just to give it a little bit of colour, to do the same colour. Or you can even do a different colour. You can go deeper if you wanted to. You could come in with Poppy Parade, like a Poppy Parade. It'll give it a different colour altogether. So you could even come in... Sorry, I can't get that one off. I'm going to have to go a different colour. That's better. So this one is light blueberry bush. So we can come in with a light blueberry bush so you can sort of see the flowers here. And you can come around and do the flowers on here. Or you can leave them exactly white. It's entirely up to you. I'm just giving you some very different ideas tonight. Okay, so we're going to come in with this sort of, I think I'm going to just change that leaf. And this is the good thing about vellum, is that you can move it around if you want to. So I'm just going to move that. I'm going to bring it up there so it's coming out that way, because I'm going to have to bring this one in here. Okay. That works out good. Now we want to make some other colours happening through here. So we have our white gel pen. So we can come in with our white gel pen now, and we can do some little, I've just got to get this working. Need scrap. Scrap. I think it's going to be an hour tonight, guys. Sorry. Is anyone in a hurry? Oh, why won't you work? It's probably empty because I've been using it so much. These white gel pens are really, really great. But I think mine might be nearly. No, I might need to clean it. Okay, I'm just going to get a wipe. I'm just going to get a wipe and clean it, because I have been using it that much since I've got it. And it's hard to tell on that paper. Let me try on this one. I think this one's nearly, oh no, it's starting to come out now. Okay, now I've cleaned it. Just scribbling on some paper here just to give it a nice clean. And we can do some little marks on here. Usually comes out pretty quick, but it doesn't want to tonight, of course. And you can decorate up this as much as you want with some little dots. I love the background. It looks so pretty. I probably wouldn't go black. I probably would have gone a softer colour, but I've gone black tonight, but that's all right. And then you can put your word on here. I've got one out before, "You're the best." But you could come in with a different word if you wanted to. I'm not actually going to stick that on there at the moment. I'm just going to leave it like that until I make sure that's what I want. You can come in with some bling. Where's my bling? Okay, here it is. So we've got our bling here. A bit disappointed in the black, I think. I think I wouldn't have used the black. Normally just use white or a light colour. So I'm just going to come in with the this on here. Oh, that looks better already. Just bringing in a little bit of colour on here. So you can just bring in a few of these around as well. A big one and a little one. A big one. Oh, and a little one. Okay, and I'm not going to put that word on there at the moment. And a big one over here, and a little one. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this onto here. Now this card opens up this way. Okay. If you didn't want it to open that way and you wanted it to open that way, you could have it open that way, or you could have it that way. You could have it any way. The background is really, really great that you can have it any way you want. So if you wanted to change it around, you just need to cut your paper. I'm just going to cut my paper. I'm just going to cut this one. I'm just going to cut this one to 14.5. And I'm going to score it at 10.5. Okay, because I think this might be a better type card for this one tonight. But it goes, oh my God, I've got to change my blade. Aren't we lucky we've got a little nail emery board there that just takes off all that edging for us. It makes our card beautiful. I tell you what, when you can't find a blade and you've only got a blunt blade, it's the best little trick to know. I tell you now, I'm just going to put this on here tonight. It's a bit crooked and a bit not as good as it should be, but that's okay. It's my glue gone. But give the vellum and the embossing folders a go. Some embossing folders won't go really well because they just, yeah, like the plaid one just didn't, it still gave a nice background, but it was just a bit different. I probably should have put a black behind this a little bit to bring that black into it, the flower. But I'm going to just, come up here. I fell asleep on my chair. My husband just woke me up. Oh, well, good on you, Kaz. Have a look. It does look beautiful. I like the background. Look at the background, but I don't particularly like the black flowers. But anyhow, it's just to show you what to do. I do like the white work on it, so I think I would just go white work on it and add the colour to it because that looks lovely. And look how well the leaves and that. We are getting on, Kay. I agree. We're all getting on. So I hope you all enjoyed a little bit of vellum tonight because it is a beautiful technique. And you can do so much with it if you spend the time. You have to spend time with vellum. That's the only thing. Not so much the backgrounds. The backgrounds are great. I mean, you could just put a beautiful word on that. It looks good, yeah. The backgrounds look amazing. I love the backgrounds. I really do. I mean, they've come up so well. Look at the images on that. And you could just put a word on that. You can sort of see. I'd like to have a go at embossing through here. But I haven't got time tonight. But on here as well, I would probably put some butterflies and things like this as well. And I'd use the other piece of paper and punch out some butterflies and emboss them up. So, we have had a half an hour tonight. We've been on exactly an hour. So God bless you all. Thank you for watching me, and I hope you all try something new. God bless you all and enjoy your week. Bye for now.